This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Police charge man fingered in several gas station robberies. The St. James police say they have apprehended one of the division's most wanted criminals who was seen robbing gas stations in a viral video recently. He is 25-year-old Akeem Bailey, otherwise called the Stammer, of an Albion Lane address in the parish. He was captured on Friday and charged on Monday with robbery with aggravation after giving a caution statement to investigators. Bailey was reportedly captured in closed-circuit television footage robbing gas station pump attendants armed with a handgun. The police say he is also a suspect in connection with a string of armed robberies committed at service stations, a hairdressing parlor, and gambling houses in St. James, St. Anne, Trelawney, and Hanover. The police say he has also been cooperating with investigators. They say a number of subsidiary investigations have been initiated following Bailey's capture. One of his alleged associates, whose name is being withheld pending an identification parade, is also in custody after being held by the police on September 19 in a stolen motor vehicle. Bailey was arrested as part of activities under Operation Relentless 2, under which the St. James police began several operations targeted at apprehending the parish's wanted men. Rubis cashier found dead at home in St. Anne. Police have launched a murder investigation into the death of a Rubis gas station cashier who was found at her home at a Freehill in Bamboo, St. Anne on Monday morning. Police have identified the deceased as Anisha Rose, 24. It is believed that she was murdered between 4 p.m. on Sunday and 1:30 p.m. on Monday. Information reaching the news is that at about 4 p.m. on Sunday, residents reportedly heard the now deceased and someone quarreling inside her home. However, checks were not made until about 1:30 p.m. on Monday. Police say when they arrived at Rose's residence, her lifeless body was found clad in a yellow blouse, blue shorts, and was barefooted, with her hands bound and her throat slashed. The body was seen on its right side in bushes in her yard, the police report said. More than 2 weeks ago, an attendant at a gas station in Portmore, St. Catherine, was shot by gunmen as she served a customer at the pump. Hanover police name person of interest. The Hanover police have named 47-year-old Andrew Jones as a person of interest. According to the police, Jones, who is said to be a farmer and a mason, is last known to have resided at Golden Grove District in Hanover, as well as Barrett Town in St. James. Detectives have, however, been unable to find him at these addresses. Jones is being urged to make contact with detectives at the Sandy Bay Police Station immediately. In addition, anyone who can assist the police to locate him is asked to contact the Sandy Bay Police at 876-953-5312 or the Lucy Police at 876-956-2333. Individuals may also call the police 119 number. Residents in flooded communities called for help from political representatives. Residents of Spring Gardens in Savannah Cross, Clarendon, say a lack of proper drainage in the area is to be blamed for the flooding they are now experiencing. The residents were marooned yesterday following hours of heavy rainfalls associated with Hurricane Ian. The heavy rains left several houses in the area surrounded by water. A resident made an urgent appeal for help, cautioning that community members would withdraw their vote in the next election if the area does not get some attention from the political representative. She complained that no representative has visited the area despite it constantly suffering from instances of flooding.
Our vote is our voice. And since you refuse to listen to our voice now, don't listen to it when an election day because we're not voting until we get somebody's attention to see all that we are going through and all that we are facing. Nobody no come care, nobody no come, nobody no see, come look what it is that we are going through. When at election time, everybody move from behind their decks, everybody put on their track shoes, everybody put on their jeans and their t-shirt. But when we flood, we not see no bad day. About time we start see people outside that time when it is election. Where are our representatives? Where are they? We need help at Spring Garden in Savannah Cross.
In Maypen, the Jamaica Fire Brigade had to be called in to the Western Park to take a woman who was in labor to hospital. Several vehicles in the area also developed mechanical problems due to the flooding. Widespread flooding was also reported across St. Catherine, with the news being called to sections of St. John's Road, Linstead, and the Big Pond. Residents complained that the lack of drain cleaning caused the flooding of their homes. Andrew Ferguson, a resident of Central Village, told the news that a section of his house collapsed.
This morning we're here and the water rise up and they soak the place, and I just find part of my addition what I'm doing just collapse. Last year we had a breakaway with even the canal, and the MP they come look on it and say it's in the making, and all know nobody no come and start no farmer thing, so I don't know what's going on.
St. James man charged after shooting at his sister's lover. A 30-year-old St. James Mason has been charged with a shooting with intent and illegal possession of firearm following an incident in his community on Saturday, September 24. Charged is Errol Donner of Albion, St. James. Reports are that about 10:15 p.m., Donner intervened in a dispute between his sister and her partner, during which he reportedly opened gunfire at the man, who ran to escape injury. A report was made to the police and an operation was conducted at Donner's home. During a search, a 9mm pistol was recovered. He was charged after a question and answer session. His court date is being finalized. Manhunt on 4 suspects in St. Ann arson attack. The police have launched a manhunt for 3 suspects behind an arson attack in St. Ann on Sunday night. 2 men sustained severe burns when armed thugs invaded their home in Free Hill. The news was informed that about 9:30 p.m., 3 armed men entered the dwelling and tied up the 2 occupants. The gunmen then set the house ablaze and fled. It's understood that one of the victims was able to free himself and his relative. However, the 2 sustained burns as the house was engulfed in flames. The injured men were taken to the hospital, where one of them was admitted in serious condition. The house was destroyed. Investigators are probing allegations that a land dispute may have led to the attack. They say they are following strong leads. Committal hearing for Shabdon set for October 13. A committal hearing and a bail application have been set for October 13 for music producer Shabdon, who is charged with 3 counts of murder. The producer and his co-accused Tajay Clark were on Monday remanded when they appeared in the St. James Parish Court. Shabdon, whose given name is Linval Thompson, is represented by Donahue Martin and Tom Tavares Finton, while Mr. Clark is represented by Kadeen Coleman. Mr. Thompson and Mr. Clark were charged in June following an investigation into a shooting in Rose Heights, St. James. 2 men and a woman were killed on May 25 when gunmen drove into the community and opened fire on residents. 2 others, including a 15-year-old, were injured in the incident. JPS reports power outages in sections of Jamaica. The Jamaica Public Service Company says ongoing rains and lightning in some areas resulted in an increase in service disruptions across a number of parishes. The company says that teams have been dispatched to address small pockets of outages. JPS says work is continuing in several communities in Clarendon, St. Catherine, Manchester, and St. Thomas. It says that teams are also working to restore the power in the Mavis Bank area and the King Weston and its environs in St. Andrew. The company says that the adverse weather has restricted access to some locations and has created unsafe conditions. St. Toulis residents blame Highway 2000 construction for road blockage. Residents of St. Toulis and adjoining areas in Manchester were left stranded on Monday as debris from the construction of the US $188 million Maypen to Williamsfield leg of Highway 2000 blocked a section of the roadway in their community. Heavy and persistent rains associated with Hurricane Ian continue to affect southern parts of Jamaica. In a 50-second video, a woman complained that the drainage work is not sufficient on the highway project. Look at the highway now. The St. Louis road is blocked. Nothing can cross it here. Here are some vehicles stuck on the road and the dirt from the banking where the landslide happened. We need some help. We need justice, she said. Look at the condition of the road. So if we are sick to go to the hospital right now, you can't make it, she added. Work on the Maypen to Williamsfield leg of Highway 2000 is fast advancing, with all major bridges on the roadway complete, and the project advancing uphill in Manchester to meet the March 2023 deadline. The project, which will reduce travel time between Kingston, Mandeville, and the points west, was originally scheduled for completion in October 2022. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.